Father. Hello. Hello. It was great. Thank you. Good evening. How are you, my darling? I'm getting a late start here. Trying to get it together. It's one of those days. I've been totally messed up on my days of the week and everything. Just messing me up. Hi, guys. Good evening. Hello, coming in, everyone. Child, I thought today was Saturday. I just knew yesterday was Friday. It's a mess. It's a mess over here. Trying to do too much at one time. And the days of the week are just running past me so fast. And then we got this weather up here. It's insane. Alafia, I'm like I'm silent, my dear. I was trying to get some music, but I can't get internet on this thing for some reason. How's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just cleaning up for the new year. Yeah, can't go in the new year with no nasty houses. Shouldn't have left. Shouldn't have left the holidays with no nasty houses. But it is what it is. You know what? I took some questions. I got some answers. So I just want to give people a time to come on over here. Higher vibration. Good evening. Good evening. Before I get to their questions, of course, I'm going to save this. So y'all know I can't go live on Instagram. They keep blocking me. It's been forever. It's been years at this point. So anybody that has a question, y'all go ahead and feel free to ask your questions now. If you didn't send me one to my inbox or on Instagram, or if you didn't send me a question on my page and you have one, go ahead and put it up there. And I'll get to answering that. Yeah, clear out the listen, it's that time where because I'm a person of habit doing this, saying I'm gonna hold this and give it away. I don't want to throw it out. It's still good. It still has tags on it or something like that. I want to give it away, and I never ever find myself taking it to where I said I was going to take it, and I hold it for way too long in my house to the point where I just have to start just throwing stuff out and saying forget it, like it is what it is, because it's becoming hazardous at this point because I can't find a place to take it. It's taking too long, and I'm just not able to do it. Hello, everybody coming in. So cleaning out your house is important. No dirty clothes cluttered in the house is important. Doing your laundry is important. Y'all got to remember, everything is energy, right? And energy it doesn't die. It transforms, it transmutes, it moves, it changes, it attaches to different things. It does a bunch of different things, and so it just never dissipates and goes away. You understand? Anytime I put up a question, the thing on my page saying ask me a spiritual question, someone always comes and asks me something personal that's like a personal reading. I want y'all to stop getting into the habit of allowing people that are not channeling spirit to tell you something about your specific spiritual situation. I can't tell you. The question was, what is your relationship with the divine or higher power? How do I know that? How do I know what your relationship is with the divine or higher power? I don't know your relationship with God. That's a question for you on you. That's not a question for you to ask an intuitive. Like, how would I know that? This is from the same person. If I could create a life fully aligned with my spiritual values and myself, what does it say? And myself, with my spiritual values, what would that look like for me? If I could create a life fully aligned with my spiritual values, what would that look like for me? I don't know your spiritual values. How do I? These are questions that you got to sit down and ask yourself. First of all, what are your spiritual values, right? How do you? What's your relationship with divine? That you got to ask yourself, what is your relationship with God? What is your relationship with source? What is your relationship with nature? What is your relationship with your consciousness? What is your relationship with your Ori? What is your relationship with your ancestors? What is your relationship with your spirit guides? What is your relationship with nature? What is your relationship with this earth? What is your these are questions for self. These are not questions that you should be asking me. or any reader or any intuitive. This is that self-evaluation. This is that shadow work. This is that sit down with me and figure out my life, me, why I'm here, what I'm supposed to be doing. And this is why we have divinations if you're not sure what path or trajectory you're supposed to be on. Straight up inner work. Straight up inner work. There's nothing that somebody on the outside can tell you other than what your contract said that you signed before you came here. Period. Let me take care of this heifer real quick. What I'm not going to be doing is playing with people tonight. Right? You're very welcome for the prayer book. Everybody needs a prayer book, something to get y'all going. Freestyling prayers. That's not a problem, but you have to remember that words carry energy and frequency and vibration. So the more people that have read a particular kind of prayer or particular prayers, why it gives that prayer so much power. Also, those prayers that are you know, everybody that's in the spirituality these days buy these books, and these are books that we use during misas and spiritual services and ceremonies, and all across the board they're being used. So it gives it more power more when you use those particular prayers. You can add your own prayer to it and freestyle it all you want. You know what I mean? As long as you're using the correct words when you are praying and speaking and communicating with spirit. Okay. So back to the person who's asking these questions. I don't want y'all to be those type of people that, you have these people that love to get into people's lives who do readings and tarot readings and all that other kind of stuff and get little tidbits of information, anything that they could get without going to get the real deal, right? Get a divination. You're held accountable for whatever's told to you in that divination. If you're serious about your walk, you'll do that. You'll chuck it up, you'll do that, and you'll let spirit tell you specifically what they need from you to do, what you have to do, and what you are required to do if you want X, Y's, and Z's to change about your life. That goes into another question that I had. Someone asked me about time frames for specific workings and rituals as far as the days of the week and astrology and the moon's time, full moons and all that other kind of stuff. Listen, I don't work like that spiritually. I work when I'm doing workings. I'm working with a spirit. I'm on her time. I'm on his time. I'm not looking at the moon. I'm not none of that kind of stuff. If I'm not dealing with Orisha, then I'm not worried about what Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, none of those days mean. I'm going straight to the spirit and I'm asking them, is it in my best interest to do this working today? She gonna tell me yes or no. I don't care what's going on outside. The moon and the sun and the stars and all that other kind of stuff, sometimes, yes, it makes a difference. But when you're working with spirit, they know when that window of opportunity is open. It's not always dependent upon when people are paying attention to the sun, the moon, and the stars, because if everybody's doing work on those times, it's a lot of stuff going on. She may want a quiet window to sneak in and do what she got to do. So this is why I tell y'all it is imperative that you understand the type of spirit that you're dealing with, your guides, your ancestors, because 9 times out of 10, these are the energies that are behind the movement, the push forward, the actualization, and the reception of whatever it is that you are trying to manifest. They are working the backgrounds of what you're doing on the physical realm to get that going. You know what I'm saying? They're working in the paint for you behind the scenes, so they can see a slip in that they could get in there that you won't be expecting because you sitting here watching the calendar for a Thursday or Tuesday or what. No, that's not how it works. There's nothing wrong if that's the way you do things, but you tell me that how is the manifestation working out for you? You got to tell me that it's working out for you to be doing it that particular kind of way. That's why I say I don't work that way. I work according to what spirit tells me to do. If I'm working with one, she worked different from her. This one may want to work in the sunlight, pure fire, pure energy, pure that. right? I may have another one who likes to work in the moonlight, but that's her. That's that masculine energy that she's drawing on, that feminine energy that she's drawing on. But my other spirit is working with the sun. She's calling on that masculine energy. So it depends on the spirit. It depends on the working, and it depends on what it is that you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? It's, do you know your spirit guides? Do you know your team? Um, the other part of that question was the turnaround time from a spirit working for its actualization. It depends on the working. It depends on the spirit. It depends on what you're asking for. It depends on how long it took for you to play your part in it. It depends on if you got in the way of it. There's so many um, things that you can put in the middle of that that's going to change it. There's no one answer to that question. It depends on so many different variables to know when and if that is going to manifest. First of all, did you was it sanctioned? Did somebody tell you to do it? Did your spirit guide tell you, do this, do this, do this, do this, and you will get this? Do this, do this, do this, do this, and I'm going to move this. Do this, do, and like you, I need this. There's a whole scenario that goes into that. It's not just, I'm going to go take this candle because I need money and this time of year and I'm going to do this manifestation ritual. You haven't signed up for no overtime at your job. You have nothing that you do on the outside to get extra money on, like no outside income. You have nothing that you can say that I did that's going to come back to me in a financial way, or in a way for me to get more hours at my job, or a way for me to make some extra money on the side. If I help somebody do X, Y's, or Z's, I'm going to sell extra products for this, that, and that. You don't have any of the groundwork done, no foundational work done, nothing in the physical done to get that money back. You're not getting it. It don't matter how many days. Yes, baby, you can ask questions here too. Do you have any meditation you recommend for meeting your benevolent protectors? No, I don't have any meditation for you to meet them, baby. The meditations that I have on my page, they're my highlights on Instagram. It's for connecting with self. It's for quieting your mind and centering self so that you are able to hear and understand the spirit's frequency when they come in and start talking to you. It's helping you to quiet so that you can hear your own voice. And then you can identify when it's another voice coming in. But you need a divination to be finding out those types of those questions about specific spirits. It ain't about meeting them. We got to know who they are. Once you know who they are, then you can meet them all you want, because you're going to sit there and open up time and space to communicate with them in the way that they tell you to do so. Spirit actually said this to me once, like, you didn't even ask permission to do this. Right? You got to ask permission. People just be doing stuff. And then right, when I move, you move. Just like that. They not moving if you're not moving. Y'all got to remember that y'all are alive. Y'all are the battery here. Your battery plugs into everything that they do. You are the living physical vessel here on this plane. They live in the spirit realm. They don't live here. This ain't their home no more. So for them, when they step forward to do something here, that means you plugged in. You plugged in and you started the energy moving for them to get on that tricycle, bicycle, motorcycle, car, boat, whatever it is, truck they driving, to get it moved to the next position for you, to get it moved to the next level for you, to get it pushed up further on the request line for you, if you will. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be something that you do in order to get something back. Nobody ever wins nothing just out of the clear blue. I never got a check out the mail just to get a check out the mail. I had to do something to get that check that came in the mail. Something. I didn't have to borrow from Peter to pay Paul to say, oh, I got. No, not you use your credit card. That's not manifestation. You owe. And you owe more. So that don't even make no sense. That's not a manifestation at all whatsoever. What am I putting in to get back something from the universe? It's your energy first and foremost. It's your fortitude first and foremost. It's your mindset for anytime I do a session where, and I get a lot of ladies, right? The men, for the most part, they be on their job getting their hustle on, doing whatever. Y'all ladies, y'all really have got to think multiple streams of income. Where can I make money while I'm asleep? How can I make money while I'm asleep? That's what the mindset I need everybody to be in. I don't need y'all up hustling 24/7 to try to get a dollar. What can I do that can make me money while I sleep? What am I good at? What are my talents? How can I make this work for me? Not quick fixes, not riches. I want generational wealth. I want books. I want manuscripts. I want shows. Or they doing nothing on Netflix but these 9 and 10 minute short films. Why we can't have none of those? I seen the most horrible witch one on the other day. It was like 9 minutes. The shit was trash. They paid money for this. Why y'all can't do that? There's so many avenues for so many different things on so many different levels in this spiritual game, and in y'all regular day for y'all to be making money while y'all sleep. And I'm gonna need everybody to figure out the best way for them to get that money. Right? What is it that I have to do? First of all, you got to know your path. You got to know what you're supposed to be doing in this world and on this walk. It's got to be in alignment with your destiny. Something. I've had multiple people come to me for divinations. I read the ancestors. They're trying to do all types of real estate and all this other kind of stuff. And the ancestors is like, we're not backing it. You're not going to make no money. You're going to lose money on it. They don't waste their money on courses, classes, and all kinds of other stuff because they, and I asked, do you like doing that? They was like, no, but I just figured it would be good for the money. First thing wrong. You don't even like doing it. Y'all got to pay attention when things don't pan out the way that you thought it was supposed to pan out. Start asking some questions. Like, is it in my, everything that you ask with spirit is always, is it in my best interest to, ... Never can I, never should I, never, nothing else. Can I? You got 2 legs and 2 feet and God gave you free will. You sure can. That doesn't mean it's going to work out good. Should I? If spirit feels that they feel that you should have a lesson, that should is going to be jacked up for you. Is it in my best interest? Is always the question that you ask. Whether or not, however that works out, even if it's a little funky on the end of that, they said it's in your best interest, there's a lesson or something that you are going to learn at the end of that that's going to help you later on in life, or it's going to help you sooner rather than later. We have to get in the habit of accepting what happens when we dealing with spirit and we ask the questions, because y'all like to ask questions and don't like the answers and then turn around and do what y'all want to do. That's cute. Drag. You're going to get dragged. Straight drag. I had a question the other day about doing baneful work in your house. I don't care where you do it. You ain't got no business doing it. You could do it on the sun. You still getting your ass whipped. Period. If spirit ain't sanctioned it, and it's not under the permission of God, you getting spanked at some point. And if it's to somebody that got more juju than you, that got more juice than you, that got more straps than you won't catch it. I don't care what you do. You can't hide your hands in the spiritual walk. People try to hide their hands all the time. That shit don't work. It don't work. It works with novices, not with people who know where to look and know what they're doing. Not with people who's like really, really tapped in. That shit don't work. You could try to hide your hands all you want. I tell y'all all the time, you leave a spiritual signature every time you do something in the name of spirit, with spirit, to spirit, on somebody's spirit, for somebody's spirit, around somebody. Put the word spirit in it. You put your thumbprint on it. We can smell where that shit came from. Y'all bugging. I don't care where it's done. Oh, the mentor said, you're not supposed to do it inside your house. I don't care where you do it. You ain't got no business doing it. What a mentor should tell you is that you don't have no business doing, period. I don't care where you do it. You do it. You are responsible for your actions, period, point blank. It don't matter where it's done. Spirits follow your scent. You call a spirit a dirty spirit, an intranquil spirit, a spirit of darkness, a spirit that don't come with no light, a spirit that's coming to fuck with people's lives and do row style, rough stuff shit to them. And you think that spirit can't follow you to your house? You're bugging. You called it. I don't care if you called it over there. It smelled you there. You think just like a dog can sniff your shirt and follow you and to tell the cops where to come find your goddamn body is the same way that these spirits do. Are you serious? People don't know enough about spirits to be asking about that kind of stuff in the first place. To think that it matters where you did it. No, that's not how that works. Social media have you thinking that you get away with a whole bunch of bullshit, and in the background you get your nuts scraped across the concrete because y'all ain't had no business. That's what I'm gonna tell you. I don't give a fuck where you did it. You ain't got no business doing it. You're getting it. That's my answer to that. I don't want to have no more, because that question came up like 3-4 times. Why are we still talking about this? Do it and let's see what happened. Someone asked me, I like this question. Someone asked me about spiritual commissions. What are the different spiritual commissions? Who decides what a specific commission is? Are there some commissions that are more uncommon? Are there spirits that don't come with a commission? I ain't got no time to learn all that. Let's fight like buggles too. Well, I mean, your vibration stays where your mindset stays, baby. And then you see what life is giving you at this point. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you got to change. You know what I mean? I just associate myself with those type of people because those type of people are punks. Anybody who feel like they got to go do that type of spiritual stuff to you will never come step to you. They ain't gonna fight you. They're never gonna step to you. They're punks. I say that's a poo putt punk's move to go and do something like that to somebody. Ring my bell. Call my phone. I haven't seen phone number for 20 some odd years, 30 years, I think. Like, real talk. You can find me. I'm not hard to find. You know what I'm saying? You ain't want that. So stop acting like you needed that and go in that route. Because then I'm going to have to give you that. And then it's going to be like, oh, I ain't do nothing but protect myself and ask for justice. Period. So to understand this question is to understand, what is a commission anyway? It's a group of people that God has said, this is your duty and this is what you need to, this is what I've charged you with in your walk on your spiritual journey. Now that you're no longer in a flesh suit, you are designated to do this. So there's not like, God's the one who says what the commissions are, right? We just lump the groupings of the background together. For instance, the Indians, that's one commission, right? The Native Indians, we call that the Native Commission, right? You have so many that come under that grouping that there is no way possible for you to set up spiritual space and place for an entire tribe of Native Indians in your home for what, say, an altar, right? So we'll group them all into a commission and they agree to use one doorway. Why? Because I'm Native. It's in my blood. This is the doorway that I choose to use, right? Same thing with the Madama's energy. Well, they all came from different places, right? All African in lineage, right? However, that spanned out during the slave trade, right? So you'll have Madamas that come from all over, places, and as well as the U.S. But what was the base of the Madama's energy? The mother. She took care of the house. She took care of the kids. She took care of the big house. She took care of the medicine on the plantation. She healed the people on the plantation. Sometimes she cooked on the plantation. She was a wet nurse on the plantation. All of that kind of stuff. What will the Madamas be that the ancestors that double as Madamas, they were the ones who took care of everybody else's kids. They were the ones who, anytime you go to their house, somebody goddamn kids other than their own was running through that house, and she was trying to figure out a way to feed and clothe all of them. That's the same type of energy. So they get that grouping, right? That commission of the Madamas. So they'll all agree to use one door. Why? Because we're all kind of the same energy coming in to do that big mama thing. You know what I'm saying? The gypsies, same deal. We all hail through Africa, through Egypt, and then spanned out all over across the globe through that. But what were we from the beginning? Egyptians, gypsies. We all gonna use that one door to communicate with you. There's so many different types of spirits and groupings that it's easier for one human to deal with a grouping of them as a conglomerate when you're setting out space and place for them in your home, if that makes sense, right? Are there some commissions that are more uncommon than others? Absolutely. Everyone doesn't have a galactical commission. Everyone doesn't have non-earthly, alien-like commissions from different planes. Everyone don't got that. Everyone don't have fairies and fae. Everyone don't have that. Everyone doesn't have a Hindu commission. Everyone doesn't have an ancient Egyptian commission, right? Everyone doesn't have a Jew commission. Not Jewish, I said Jew. Everyone doesn't have a nun commission. Everyone doesn't have a commission of Congo spirits. Not Palo, I said Congo. Remember? Differences. Palo is a system, Congo is a people, right? Everyone doesn't have these things. There's a gang of different things that a gang of different people have that are it's so I've seen so much. I've seen so many things, and I've learned so much by reading so many different people from so many different back. Everyone don't have a Haitian Loa commission. I don't got that. I have people from there that have a plug or a link to that if I need that, but for the most part they come to me in a different what do you call it, a different pantheon, but a similar energy, if you understand. 'Cause I'm not Haitian. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have those types of spirits. Um, I have Haitian spirits, but they're not part of a Loa, a Gede, a Voodoo. They're not part of that system. The spirit themselves was a part of that system, but they're not like the Metreseli or the oh God, um Papa Legba or Urzuli Frida or Urzuli Dantor, those types of spirits. The ones that come to me would be through my connection with the 21 divisions, right? So they have a different aspect. Although they're synonymous, they're not the same. Synonymous does not mean the same. It means they have some similar attributes, but you venerate them a different way. They go by a different name. They come from a different place. They work a little bit differently. They got a lot of similarities, but the core of it, I'm somebody else, right? Good evening, darling, coming in. So that's the question about the commissions. She also asked me, are there any spirits that don't come with a commission? Yes, absolutely. Um, there are some uh, Mongolian spirits that are not part of a commission. There are warrior spirits that are not part of commission. There are a lot of different African tribes that there are spirit guides that come out of these different tribes that come out of the different continents in Africa, different countries on the African continent, and they're not part of a commission. They'll just call them tribes, some kind of tribe. If it's a bush tribe or some kind of tribe, you know what I mean? It's not really a commission, but that's where they hail from. So if you got a bunch of them, they'll call it that, you know? Um, yeah. I was working call center customer service last year when I first heard about Ursula Dancer over and over, Googled it and found out who it was. Yeah, that's my grandmother is also my madame. Yes, they will double sometimes. Like sometimes your family has done so much in your bloodline that they feel like they don't need no outside help right now. It's all us, me and you. I got this. I got enough in my bag to be able to help you do the same. I did that same shit that they did. I'm going to do it for you. And it's even better because I'm your blood. Gang, gang, let's do it. I love that. Now, that's not to say at some point they won't let outsiders in. You know what I'm saying? But for now, you're going to learn to walk with her. And that's everything. Because you got a closer connection and a closer bond with her because she's your bloodline. You came from her. It's everything. Yes, it's very common for male ancestors and spirit guides as well to read tarot and oracle cards. It is very much common. Yes, it is. They choose their own decks, and you can tell the decks sometimes when it's a masculine energy that's reading the cards, then a feminine energy by the type of cards that they'll choose. hmm Someone asked me about wearing crystal bracelets on either the left or the right arm. I wear them on in my hair. Like it doesn't matter when you're doing healing and they're using grid work. They're lining up the crystals on the center of your body anyway, right? So putting them on the left or the right hand side of your arm, it really doesn't make a difference unless, for instance, like say you're trying to do something with your heart chakra. Well, you know your heart is on the left side, or you need some heart healing. You know your heart's on the left side. I'm gonna wear whatever rose quartz or whatever on my left hand rather than on my right because I want it closer to my heart. That's a this thing. That's not really a energy thing, because all that the crystal has to do is be in your auric field for it to affect your vibration and your frequency. So it really doesn't matter. Um, Once I had a shaman tell me I don't need to connect with my roots and ancestors. Yeah, he needs to go. Right, right. Cause that's a shaman that you don't deal with. Who he talking to then? That's crazy. Roots and ancestors. Who he talking to then? Who he connecting with then? I'm good on him. You're welcome, baby. I'm good on him. Mm-mm. When people start telling y'all stuff, her, whoever, start telling y'all stuff that don't make no sense, that sounds crazy, leave. Don't feel no kind of way about hurting nobody's feelings. Bounce. When something tick me wrong, I'll be quiet for the time, depending on what type of situation or scenario I'm in. I was like, I'll be out. Yeah, she's on some nonsense telling you foolishness like that. Um, Someone asked me about having water spirits and using bluing and a ruler in the glass that you leave on your boveda to help you better connect with your water spirits. They asked, what do you do with the water afterwards? I don't do that. So I don't know, right? Um, if I want to connect with my water spirits, I go to the water, whichever water that they're at. But what water spirits? Who are they? Do you know specifically who they are? I got 1,000 questions. There should be other ways for you to connect with them other than leaving that bluing on your altar with the ruler. Because what is you're using the ruler to get a clearer connection and better intuitive abilities when communicating and connecting with those said spirits. But who are those said spirits? Have they been identified? Hello, my darling. Um, if you haven't identified those spirits, then we got questions, because when you identify a spirit, they tell you how do you communicate with me. They tell you the things that you're supposed to use to reach out to me. They tell you the ways that I'm going to communicate with you. They tell you their needs, their wants, their likes, their desires, all of those types of things for you to have a stronger connection specifically with that spirit, not just a water spirit. We don't play like that. Who? Because if it's on your bowl, it ain't got nothing to do with Orisha. It ain't got nothing to do with Apollo. It don't got nothing to do with no spiritual system or tradition. We talking spirit God. So what water spirit requires that has you with nothing else for you to communicate or get closer to them? Just a cup of water? Absolutely not. That's wild to me. I don't get it. Somebody, if you can explain it to me, I'm willing to hear it and try to make sense of it. But I think that's just like a band-aid on a wound that needs more. I need more. I need more information. I need more clarity. I need more identification. I need more. Because what is this water spirit here to do for me? How am I supposed to work with you? How should I venerate you? How do I communicate with you? Are there any tools that you use for communication? What water? River? Ocean? Lagoon? Lake? I got questions. Hella questions. Now, I do have a spirit that I did have something with some blue one in it, right? I didn't do nothing with that water. I left it there. When I talked to that spirit, When that water started looking funky, I changed the water. That's it. It goes down the sink or down the drain. Normally, those types of spirits that sit in water anyway, they pick up energy. So that water will start looking filmy or murky. Whether it got that blue one or not, it still get that white, nasty little film that sometimes comes on the top of it. You clean that shit out. I'm not using that water for nothing. Any water that looks murky around my house, whether it's on my bulb or near one of my spirits in a pot, I don't give a fuck where it is, right? I clean that shit out. I don't keep no nasty water in my house. That's what, even with my Arisha, I check my pots, my sopetas. I have to look at my sopetas like every 2 weeks or so, just to make sure that water's not nasty in there. Now, if we were talking about Orisha, we use their waters out of their sopetas for all kinds of shit to clean. You know what I'm saying? We use all kind of shit to their water to clean with. Straight up, she pinched the shit out of me. Bendiciones, baby. Malaikum salam, my love. Yerp. Pinch the shit out of me. And she just do shit like that. She's young and she just and was just like, change it. I knew you would come right over here because normally when she do that, it's like something, you know. No, she realized that I realized that when I feel that I get right up and come to her. She was like, "Gotcha, bitch." The same way we be learning them, they be learning us. Like, yeah, okay, now I know what I know how to get her right now, not now, right now, straight up. Mm-mm-mm. She do shit like this to me all the time, and it's always the same leg. It's always the same. It's the same fucking area every time. It's like her fingerprint go boop boop. I be like, you play too much. So, um, that water, I wouldn't do nothing with it. I would just change it, but I would be asking a gang of those questions as far as who, what, where, why, how. Who, what, where, why, how. Because it's got to be more than that. It should very well be more than that. And if you don't know, you got to ask, because even the most obscure spirits have something that they identify themselves by, you know. And because you think, oh, it's a water spirit, they don't got a name. They do. You ain't ask. Straight up. Anybody got any questions? They be jacking me up. I be trying to tell y'all, like, y'all think that this is like, oh, it's kumbaya, girl, but y'all hear the way that when they take me, how they be talking. Could you imagine how they talk to me? It goes, it's like, they shit, girl, bye. They don't pay me no mind. No mind. Don't care about nothing about what I want, what I like, what I need. Nothing, only my needs, yes. The rest of that shit, they be like, we think about it. Maybe. Maybe not. I'll be like, listen, you gotta learn them. You know what I'm saying? It's a relationship. It's the understanding, because I'm not that person that asks a question from spirit and then get mad at the response or at the person that's giving me the message from spirit. Like, they said what they said. I understand they rough sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That sensitivity thing. These are spirits. They don't have that. They're not human no more. So they shed all of that human stuff that y'all triggers and all of that. Like, it's not your triggers are you don't have control over your emotions. That's what a trigger is. You have no control over yourself and no control over your emotions. No one can trigger you into. I hate hearing that. Oh, he triggered me to do X, Y, and Z. He ain't trigger you to do that. He showed you who he was. You had a decision to make, and you made the one. You said crash out. You ain't say, let me get myself out of these situations so I ain't got to deal with nobody who does these types of things so that I feel a kind of way or that I'm disrespected or any of those types of things. My ancestor brought across my feet this time. That you think of me teaching us save me life. You are very welcome, baby, on soul fragmentation. If you know and about it, and how do you go about getting those pieces? I had a ceremony done with a young lady. It was a soul retrieval session. Um, that shit works. That shit works. You have to find someone that can do it, and you have to be ready for it, because the pieces of yourself that you are going back to retrieve have to trust that you are ready for the responsibility of the reason why it separated from you in the first place. So when I did it, I had to reassure that part that I was ready for it, that I was sorry for the situation that had transpired that caused the separation, and that I would never put myself or that part of myself in a position again to have to scatter for survival. You understand? It was heavy. It was so surreal. Um and she doesn't call herself a shaman, but she had, because I could see her spirits in the room when she was doing the work on me. And she didn't even know that they was there, but they were native, and they were standing at the four cardinal points in the room. And when I opened my eyes and I looked over there, because now you know I can see spirits, so my spirits know I'm stupid. Like I'm stupid in real life. So they know that I start seeing spirits that are not mine in the room. I'm spazzing, like, hold up. I'm calling in everything I got, like, gang, get it out of here. And they were like, wait. Dumbass. You always ready to walk out. And I was like, well, and they was like, those are her guides. And they start telling me what she had going on in the room. So when I'm telling her, she's like, that's crazy. I didn't know that. And I'm like, no, you have this for them. And then it's the one that's doing the work. She got security standing around the room while she walking around here doing this shit. And so it was one of those type of situations where she's dead ass working me down, honey. And while I'm telling her what the fuck's going on in the room, to the point where now I gotta shut up because she gotta do what she gotta do. But I just wanted to let you know what the fuck's going on in here, just in case. You see something that you ain't used to seeing. I'm telling you, the four that's here, them is yours. Sister's doing the spirit, the work, that's her too. Don't let nobody else come up in here now. Okay? This is it. These is approved. The rest of them, no sir. You know what I'm saying? So it's you gotta ready yourself. You have to be ready. You have to be healed. You have to have done that shadow work. You have to be at peace with yourself. You have to be in love with yourself all over again, and ready and willing and 10 toes down for this spiritual journey, and everything that life is going to throw at you. You have to have found your inner strength for that part of yourself to accept and recognize, because you can't bullshit energy. That you can't bullshit yourself. You can't bullshit parts of yourself into believing something that you yourself don't believe. I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? You just have to have the right person that can do it. This young lady, she don't do it no more. She got married and she stopped practicing. This she I pray that she gets back to it, because it was a beautiful, beautiful thing that I am so grateful that my godbrother put me on to her before she stepped out. Um, when I first heard spirit, it was in my landlord husband, but after I heard him in my mind. Is there a difference with hearing an outside voice or one within your mind? It depends on how your gifts come. Sometimes people hear the voices in the other person's voice. Sometimes people hear them in their own voice, but that's why you have to do the guided meditation, so that you can center yourself and understand how your voice sounds and how your voice feels, how your energy sounds, how your energy feels, so that when it's something that's not yours, you feel that shit. Something stands up, something rings, something feels different and uncomfortable, and I don't want to say uncomfortable, but it feels unfamiliar. That's the word. Um, Yeah, no, you can get very far in your life without those you can get far in your life without those pieces, but not as far as you are supposed to go, or as full on as you're supposed to go. You need them pieces, baby. But that's part of your healing. Are there certain things that should be avoided while pregnant? I don't lose remembers anything with others. I'm talking about certain baths, cleansings of self, house. Pregnancy rule, you shouldn't handle fresh rule, the plant, the herb root up, you shouldn't handle that. Other than that, not unless you're a high risk pregnancy. I know people who practice pregnant all the time. They just, there's different things that they rub on their stomachs for protection. There's things that they wear around their waists for protection. That's something that you need to have divine doing, to see what is going on with this child, to see how it's coming, and what type of protections you need around your womb at this time. That's divine's on. That's a person by person scenario, case by case. From a spiritual perspective, I spoke with my midwife regarding what's safe medically. Um, I wouldn't go anywhere where there's other people that are being cleaned in the room. I wouldn't take a chance with that. There's so many crazy things that are going on out here, that I would not take myself into a situation where I know that heavy energy is being cleaned off of someone else and I'm pregnant, not my baby. Um, So I can see the comments. Why is it so hard for me to turn off my brain and meditate? Because you need guided meditation. You can't do your own meditation. I tell people all the time, the guided meditations are in my highlights. Everybody always go, well, I like to listen to music. I didn't give a shit what you like to do. I told you which one to do. Do this one. Why? This one allows for you to clean your body in one. First of all, the meditation is 15 minutes, right? In that 15 minutes, what do you do when you are cleaning your body, right? Yourself with light from the heavens, from light from the universe, from light from the creator, from the light source energy. Then what am I doing? I am doing an act of service and helping to clean earth at the same time with the excess energy. Then what I'm doing, I'm focusing on one person that I know that I want to send them love and light to, and energy and healing and all kinds of stuff to them. Now I'm gonna focus that same energy on my family. You're getting all of that in a 15-minute meditation. So not only are you cleaning yourself, you're focusing on the silence of yourself, you're helping earth, you're helping humanity, you're helping one particular individual, and then you're helping your family line. All of that good energy that you're giving out, receiving in 15 minutes is why you should be doing this meditation. No, I want to listen to bells. What are you getting from them bells? What are you giving out from them bells? No, reciprocity, quid pro quo, energy exchange, circulation, sending it out, fucking conducting it. These are the things that you need to be doing. If you're not doing these things and sitting there listening to the sound bowls, ain't doing it. And then I asked them, well, how are you going? Oh, well, I stopped. Yeah, I wonder why, because you're not getting nothing from it. When I first started to meditate, I had little fucking midgets skipping through my brain, all kinds of dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes time. It takes repetition. It takes your own focus, your own power of your own ori, of your own head to say, I'm going to get into me. I don't care how many times or how many days a week that I have to do this. I know that this is good for me. I know that I'm using this green light. I know I'm using this purple light. I know that I'm using this white light to clean and push everything that is dirty out of my body. I know that I'm calling in a white bubble of light to burst through. And as I breathe in, I'm pulling it in. As I breathe out, I'm breathing out all the gray, dirty, nasty energy, and I'm pushing it out. When I'm using those lights, I'm using it to push down and pull down and clean my organs, my liver, my heart, my lungs, my pancreas, my kidneys, my womb, and I'm pushing it down out through my feet into the earth and asking the earth to suck it away from me. You understand? I'm connecting with everything in that 15 minutes of time. Got it? Not the fucking bells, not the fucking sound bowls, not the, oh, I like to look at light. I don't care about none of that. It's called the Twin Hearts Meditation. It is 15 minutes long. It is on this here YouTube, and it's in my highlights on my Instagram. Claro que sí? Thank you. We don't want to do the things that, it's boring. I hated it. I tried it. I used to do it all the time. Sometimes I would fall asleep. Sometimes I would just zone out. I'm not good at seeing lights and all of that other kind of shit. So what did I do? I got me a diffuser that changes lights on different colors. So I set it on the colors that I know is going to be in my meditation to help me. Right? When they say, oh, visualize the white light over your head. Will I take a flashlight and flash that shit in my face so that it beams up? Fuck yeah. Will I do it at a time that I know that the sun is going to beam through my window, so all I got to do is lay with my head towards the sun so it beams in my face and it gives me the illusion of that light going around me? Fuck yeah. I use what I got. Simplicity and back to basics. We use what we got to get what we want. And it's as simple as that. I want clarity. I want connection. I want to be in tune to myself. I want to be linked up with source. I'm going to use what I got. I feel like someone been jujuing me. Everything went from sugar to shit throughout the year, and I've had no energy to do anything physically, spiritually. Any thoughts on how to release them? Have you cleaned yourself? What's your relationship with your ancestors? Why does it have to be someone did juju on you? What is it that you've done? And what is it that someone that you know would have had to do juju on you for? When did this start? Right? If you haven't done no spiritual cleansings on yourself, your house, your body, your vehicle, your car, your clothes, nothing, you ain't did shit spiritual. Do you know how much stuff you could pick up just walking out in the street and nobody had to do nothing to you? 2024 was a very hard year for a lot of people, and the energy of the world was crazy. It takes nothing for you to go out there and pick some of that stuff up and bring it back home and think somebody juju. No, you was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and you ain't doing nothing to clean yourself. And you're not doing nothing with spirit to help you move some of this stuff. You can't live a regular day-to-day life and do spirit once or twice every couple of months and think that that's going. No, that's not how that works. Thank you, baby. There's another one on there called Anchor in the Light. I love those meditations. They make me feel so good, like really. And in the summertime, I'll be 6 months ago. You're bugging. You're bugging. There's no reason for you to do a spiritual cleansing bath every day. Twice a month. Once a month you do the cleansing, then you do the sweetening, right? For a number of days, odd days, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Go to my Instagram page. All that shit is on my page. Highlights, got baths, got herbs, got everything up there that you need to make you a spiritual cleansing bath and clean your head. Clean your house, clean your sheets, change your comforter, spray your walls, spray your curtains if you can't take them down and wash them. If you have a rug, spray your rug, vacuum it. If you ain't got no rug, make some of that extra bath, put it in a bucket, throw a little bit of Mona in there, and mop your floors. How do I develop a closer relationship with my ancestors? Do you know your ancestors? Who are they? What did they do? How many children did they have? How many brothers and sisters did they have? What did they do for work? What kind of food did they like? What kind of music did they listen to? Were they churchgoers? Did they read the Bible? You got like 1,000 questions to ask your ancestors to have a better relationship with them. It depends on your situation. It also depends on how many days in that you're doing. So you do 3, 5, 7, or 9 days in a row. If you are one of those people that ends up doing a 7 or a 9 day in a row, then yes, twice a month is enough, because you're going to have to do the 7 or the 9 days on the cleansing. Then you're going to follow up with the sweetening bath. That's half the month that you're cleaning yourself. You good with that? Thank you. Yes. Get your head together. Y'all don't be cleaning your heads either. Like, there's so many basic things that you could do to clean your head. How do you not want, you got to have this clear in order to have a connection. Without the head, the body falls. Right? You have to. People don't like cleaning themselves spiritually, and I don't understand that. I don't even understand coming in the house all day from work and not taking a regular shower before you get in your bed. How disgusting. You have taken all that nasty outside energy. If you took public transportation, extra gross, right? Everybody you was around all day, all the little lint balls of their energy on you. And you came home and laid in your bed. Ew. Regular soap and water does a good job too, right? Our hygiene has got to get together. We got to get our hygiene together. Got to. This world, it don't have to be aimed at you. You just have to be in the wrong place at the wrong time nowadays. Just the wrong place at the wrong time to pick up something, because that's what's going on right now. So if you're doing a cleanse, do 3 days of cleanse. Yes, baby, 3 days of cleansing, 3 days. Whatever number of day you do the cleansing is the same number of day you do the sweetening. I need to contact from. Who I need to contact for a soul contract renegotiation. Because listen, I couldn't have knew what I know now and said that to me. Baby, listen, I say that to myself all the time. All the time. I be like, I don't believe that was my paperwork. I think somebody forged my signature. They was like, nah, nigga. Nah. You. And then they'll show me flashes of a past life to let me know why. I was like, oh, I got it. Because they offered me, I got killed so many times in my past lives. Oh my God, they was taking me out of here each time they got. Every chance they got, they was taking me out of here. And this time I was like, fuck that shit. If you're crowned, can you still clean your head with the same banyo? Yeah, unless it came up in your etah that you can't put X, Y's, and Z's on your head. But you're crowned, so why you don't do head rogations? You should be getting your head rogated as well. You know what I'm saying? And there's different types of head rogations. The regular ones with the cocoa that you get from your godmother or your godfather, or you do it yourself, is one thing. They have different types of rogations that you get through Ifa that only a Babalawo does as well. So you need a head rogation too. But after I got crowned, I could use the same. I didn't have no taboos that said I couldn't clean my head with X, Y's, and Z's. That didn't come up for me. It had to have come up in your letter, in your ETA after your initiation to say you can't X, Y's, and Z's. If it didn't come up, it don't apply. I do both cleansing and head washes. What is the difference between the two if they both? It depends on the plants that you're using in them is the difference, right? So everything can't go on your head, right? I'm one of those people that I could put damn near anything over my head, right? I got one of them heads that it don't matter, right? But certain people can't put everything over their head. For instance, they can't put things that have thorns in it, things that are extra strong, like an arasa cantoro, a destroy it all. Their heads can't survive that. They can't put an espanta muerto on their head because their heads is not strong enough to take, because that's a strong plant, right? They can't take the rompe muralla, the wall breaker, like stuff like that. Those are heavy pushing, fighting, cleansing, purifying herbs. They can't take that on their head, but your body you could take, right? So the things that we put on our head for those who can't take that is usually softer herbs, the algodon, which is the cotton plant, right? The siempre viva, the prodioso, which is the leaf of life plant, lavenders, basils, some people could put vetiverts on their head, hyssop, those things, those types of rosemaries, those types of things can go on the head. But those abre caminos, those stronger herbs are not things that everyone can put on their head. You got to ask. Right, I thought I was over cleansing myself, but when I did the math, I said, yeah, I'm good. Plus, I factored in my cycle to rest. Yes. I said that too. Can I use cascarilla and holy water only? No. Cascarilla and holy water only? No. Where's the plant? What out of those things came from the earth? None of them. Cascarilla came from eggshell, which came out of a chicken, right? And holy water came from the sky. What came from the earth? Nothing. You live on earth. You need earth to clean you. This is where you live. This is where you source your energy, source your life, source your everything from earth. We use earth and nature to clean ourselves. You don't have not one piece of nature in there except for holy water that somebody has touched and prayed over. Not enough, baby. Some may need fruit depending on your letter and what's going on, right? Yes, they have different types of fruit. There's usually there's the one with Obatala that he uses pear, but like yellow pears he'll use. Aki. I've done a rogation and had to put ackee on someone's head. That's a fruit, right? The West Indians think, oh, I'm eating ackee and saltfish, but the ackee is a fruit, right? So I've had to clean somebody's head with ackee before. I've had to use snail juice to clean somebody's head for in a rogation. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of different things. You gotta. That's why you divine on it. That's why we throw the OB to your ori, your leather, your head. And then we have to talk to Eshini Bakwo to see, what the things that I put in this rogation acceptable? Are the things that I'm putting in, what do I need more of? What do I need that I didn't put in here? You got the basic prescription, but then you add the extras based on what the spirit is saying while you sitting there doing that rogation. You got to ask, simply ask, is there anything that I should not be using on my head? Is it a herb? Yes. Is it a strong plant? Yes. Run the names. Not initiated, but I had a rogation done once and I felt that it did not work. Who did the rogation? People's hands got to be clean. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't touch my head at all. Everybody cannot touch my head. I don't care what their title is. Everybody cannot touch my head. So if your hands are not clean and your life is not right and you don't operate from love and light and you don't do shit the right way, and I know that you shady and I know that you do scammy shit and I know that you cheating on your wife and I know that you cheating on your husband and I know you doing this and I know that you like to be too much energy, you can't touch my motherfucking head. I don't care whether they call you Oba, Uba, Baba, priest. I don't care who you is. You can't touch my head. You're bugging. Okay? But then you also have to remember that you had to have done, some responsibility falls on you with a herogation, right? Because then you're supposed to be changing stuff about you during that time of clarity, right? For your head. Like, okay, so I got this herogation. I'm cleared. My head is clean. My head is balanced. I'm focused. Now, what else am I doing to help balance the rest of my life? Am I meditating? Am I grounding myself? Am I cleaning myself? Am I praying? Am I spending time at my altar? Am I changing anything about my day-to-day life to make myself more spiritual, to live more in spiritual harmony with the universe, myself, this earth, this plane, my guides, my ancestors, yada, yada, yada. What did you do different? Buffalo herbs to seem to be okay for most heads. Yeah, for the most part, he made all the heads. And they're light herbs. You know what I mean? Yeah, we'll do it with fish sometimes. The Ifa does it with fish too. Someone I no longer associate. Yeah, and you gotta understand why you don't longer associate with her. She ain't right. She shouldn't have been touching your head. How would you know if you have any elevated ancestors? I'm new to spirit communication. It came to me out of nowhere. You have to ask. What do you mean if you have any elevated ancestors? Well, none of your ancestors were nice people? When you spoke on baneful rituals, you said absolutely no to any or only mind your business. Baneful means that you're doing something from a dark place. Baneful means that you a hating ass nigga or a hating ass bitch and you doing something to be hateful. Period. You ain't got no business. Not that you mind your business, it's that you ain't got no business. I keep telling y'all that justice and vengeance are two different things. If I want justice, I can do whatever I want as far as a working. If I ask my spirit, if I ask my spirit, is there any spiritual working that it is in my best interest to do at this time? And they say yes. And I ask them what, and they tell me specifically what it is, who it's for, why I'm doing it, yada, yada, yada. God told them to tell me to do it. That's not the same thing as the baneful work. I'm protecting myself. Somebody did something to me. They just telling me what I got to do to wax that ass. That's not baneful. That's justice. You should have left me alone. I was minding my business. I'm not supposed to protect myself. You bugging. You all have the right to protect yourself. It's just how do you protect yourself? I asked for people to get back what they asked to be done to me. You did that. I didn't do that. You bounced that ball. I didn't bounce that ball. You did. So the universe is going to say, well, she asked for me to get X, that, and that. And I'm asking for the universe to take those words and turn that to them and bounce it back in their face. Period. Justice like a motherfucker. Y'all go to court for justice all day, every day. They tell you to learn the laws of this land. The laws of this land says that I am due justice. And so I shall have that. I'm not going to ask for nobody to die. I'm not going to ask for nobody's kids to get hurt. I'm not going to ask for nobody to be taken out of here. I'm not going to ask for nothing that's not in my vein of, that's not for me to do. I'm going to ask you to do whatever God allows for you to do to get me justice, period. And I'm going to leave that up to the spirit to rock out with their cocks out. I ain't asking at all whatsoever. You told me to give you this, and this. I'm going to give you this, and this. Whatever happens from there, I don't go back and check to see, did it? No. I know it worked. I know it worked. You told me to do it. I know it worked. I got blind faith in my people. It's not blind because I can see. They let me see it. But I trust them. You know what I'm saying? Justice and vengeance are two very different energies. They're different frequencies altogether. After you figure out your initiation was botched, elders were shiesty and destiny stealers, what would one do with the items given? Is it possible that they can spy and work you with the given items? Not Orisha. If we talking an Orisha initiation, no, you need to have them. I will hire an outside Babalao to come and read, or an outside Babalao to come and read your Ocha, or somebody to come and read your Ocha and see what's what to make sure that everything is correct. Because if that's the situation, it may not be correct what they did. You need to know whether it's correct or not. So I will go to Ifa, because Rumila is the Lirimpim, which is the witness to your creation and the witness to your destiny. He knows your destiny. I will have him read it to see and bring all the Orisha. And I hope that you have your shells, because as long as you got your shells, those are what speak. Have them read it and see what's what. And let the Orisha tell you straight up. There ain't no questions about it. Straight up. Ask them all the questions. Orisha let me tell you something about that. People always think, this person gave me the Orisha. I can't. They're going to find. Them same Orisha be the same one snitching on whoever gave them to you. That's not their job is not to lie to you. Their job is to keep it funky 24/7. They don't care whether they were birthed by somebody else or not. They don't care if the person that gave them to you was the one that did the bullshit. They gonna tell on them. You ask me a question, they not allowed to lie. Orisha not doing that. They're not saving face for them people. That's not their job. That's not how they rock. That's not how they roll, and that's not how they work. at all whatsoever. You know how many people, old spiritual people that I used to fuck with that gave me stuff spiritually and turned around and did some stuff spiritually, and I went and asked that same spirit, and they was like, that bitch did it. I was like, oh. A leg was good for that. He tell you quick, like, ask me, pick me, and I'd be like, blah blah. He'd be like, yeah, all the time, all the time. You better ask. You gotta ask. You gotta have it read, because you don't want it to be that it's correct and you discard it some kind of disrespectful way, because then it's a problem for you. You know what I'm saying? Explanation we need when a close family member, like a parent or sibling, dies, but they did baneful work against you while alive. You need to have it read to see what's up with that energy. Um, Sometimes that passing, they get dragged so crazy when they get to that other side that I hate to use the word repent because that's in the Bible, but they repent, because now they gotta go in front of God. They got to go in front of the rest of the ancestors that are in light. They got to go in front of their egg bay. They got to go in front of everybody that's on the earth, in the spiritual plane, to explain why they did this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes they're not even allowed that close to get back to you to even be worried about that. Because y'all got to remember, reincarnation happens, but whose spirit goes into the chickens, the birds, the bees, the animal? Like, people get a shot at a walk in one of those suits from time to time if they were nasty enough. They get to skip the whole coming back as a human for a little while. You know what I'm saying? They're not always allowed to just transition and just be back where they can deal with the mess with people here on the earthly plane. Some of them get lost where they don't even get, their energies are lost like somewhere out in the ether, because they're not willing to find the light, or they can't find the light depending on how they died. Because I've had someone that passed from a murder that he was lost, and we had to do a lot of spiritual works and a lot of light and a lot of prayer and a lot of shit to get his spirit lifted. It worked. It happened. You know, he did. And he wasn't a bad person. He didn't do nothing wrong. It was just the way that he died. So there's always something that you can do, but you got to ask. You got to ask your ancestors that are in light. And then the ones that are the strongest, you tell them to keep a foot in her neck. You know what I'm saying? Just don't let her through here. Especially if she ain't right, and you ain't got to be ready to deal with her. Even if she went over there, did what she got to do, they elevated her, and now she can't come back and be an ancestor, you ain't got to fuck with her just yet. I had plenty of my ancestors that I wasn't fucking with like that in life, and when they died, they wanted to be in my face, and I was like, not yet. I'm not ready. I still have an attitude. I don't care that you're dead. I didn't like X, Y's, and Z's, and you stood in front of them, but you ain't had to stand in front of me until just now. So let me tell you why, and I'll tell you when I feel like I'm lifted from that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to do a couple of things for me to make up for that kind of stuff, and then I start putting them to work. I need you to do this for me. Could you do this for me, please? Can you help me get da-da-da-da-da? And it wouldn't be nothing frivolous or stupid. You know what I'm saying? I don't ask for dumb, can I get a car? Can I get a, no, not dumb shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And till I felt I had to make peace with their existence and their actions caused on the family that trickled down on my life. You know what I'm saying? Until I was ready to deal with that. Just because I'm spiritual don't mean I gotta be, oh, I'll forgive you. Fuck that shit. No, when I'm ready, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna drag it. But in my mind, I gotta see that you changed. I know what they said. Show me. So yeah, you make sure that the rest of the ancestors that you have are lifted in light, and you tell them you gotta have a gatekeeper. Whoever was the one that was bombing down on these niggas, the grandmother that would be at everybody be at her house. She hit a nigga with a frying pan, but they all respected and listened to her. Mama, guard my gate. X, Y, and Z come through here until you tell me that it's okay and safe for her to be through here. You keep her the fuck away from me. Period. She will. She keep her foot right in her neck. You have to let them, you have to read the Orisha. Yes, I am. When my New York meets spiritual. Yeah, baby. We keep it real over here. Like, I'm not that person that says stuff just because it gets a reaction. No, we're going to keep it real funky over here. We're human. We have human emotions. We have, we're spirit first, but we live a lot. This human existence is a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And we have to live in the balance of the two of those things and not dip a little bit too left or a little bit too right. Like you have to be realistic in the things that you can obtain, the things that you can have, and the things that you can deal with. You know what I'm saying? And it's mind over matter. I realize in this work that it's me on me. Fuck everybody else. Fuck everything else. It's me on me. If I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. If I say I can have it, I can have it. If I say I want it, I want it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to do everything in my power to get it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to sit here, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to sit here, how many times do y'all go and sit at your altars, your spiritual altars, and ask your guides for information as far as what you should be doing with your business? I do. Anytime I'm doing something spiritual and there's something spiritual or something with my business or something in my spiritual business, my regular business, whatever business. Why? They done ran so many businesses, all of these people I got in here. You know how many different businesses that between all these goddamn spirits I got in here that somebody done ran? You think that none of them can tell me how to run a business? You don't think nobody can tell me how much I should be charging or something? You don't think nobody here can tell me what I should be putting in it? You don't think nobody here can tell me what dates I should be using? What locations I should be using? How much I should be putting in there? How many motherfuckers I gotta use? All from the nuts to the bolts to the tips to the tops. They break it down. Break it down. All you gotta do is ask. I ask all the questions 24/7. I make them tell me, get away from me. And I don't care. I'll be like, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. Deal with it. Y'all signs up for me. This is what you get, baby. Me in your face, ask you 1,000 fucking questions. I am Questions McGee. That is my tag name, Questions McGee. I always got a question because I need to understand. Thank you, Miss Brackett. What happens to the spirit of one who committed suicide? It depends. It's not always the same. Some of them roam. Some of them get lost. Some of them stick close to whoever gave them light here on earth, and that becomes tricky and that becomes very dangerous because that spirit needs to go. Right? That spirit needs to elevate. That spirit needs to move on. And we can't have those spirits staying so close to the living, because then you start to have sometimes suicidal thoughts, because that's the energy that person ended in. Right? There was nothing that was done to help lift that spirit so that it leaves that vibrational frequency, so that it elevates from there and starts to realize that it has to leave away the human aspects of what it picked up while it was here. Those were lessons that wasn't for it to carry. You know, so you have to be very careful with those types of spirits. And anytime we do anything for someone who has committed suicide, we normally do it at a Catholic church first, right? So we'll pay for an intention-based mass at a Catholic church, giving them light, energy, and prayer at the church so that they're not tethered to our homes. You know what I'm saying? You also shouldn't be keeping that person's home in or if they stayed in your house and that's a room that they had, you keep that room intact. Absolutely not. That shit gets taken down and dismantled. The comforts of home shouldn't be the same for them to come back. No. You ain't got no room here no more, player. You know what I'm saying? You have to help that spirit transition, but not in the house. And then you may want to get that read, because sometimes they need a little bit extra. Sometimes they ask for a little bit more. Sometimes they need a little ceremony or something to help them transition. Yeah, you got and Allegra, he tell. Times are different. I need my grandfather to tell me how he sold all that dope when they get caught, but I got OCD and anxiety, baby. They lock you up yesterday. You ain't got to worry about it. You ain't gonna have no time to be free. Don't worry how that it was a different time, baby. For the person who asked about the family member with the suicide, there's some prayers that I have on my Instagram page in my highlights to help an ancestor who died by suicide, to help elevate their spirit. If your ancestors say that it's okay for you to do the elevation in your home after you've done it at the Catholic Church, and those prayers are there to help you do that. There's also a 9-day step ancestral elevation that I put on my page as well. Ask if it's okay, if it's in your best interest to do that for said spirit. If the answer is yes, by all means, you know what I mean? Um, you stand in the midst of the storm. Sorry. Listen. Mm-mm. That man's about to be in office. It's a wrap. You can forget about it. It's over. Ha! Listen, we do these ancestral works to prepare for when they do pass. The other ancestors are strong enough to go back there and collect that spirit and to make sure that they don't get lost. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that they are there to receive them when they cross over. And then if they do get lost, and they can help to go find them. You know, remember, they're on that same ancestor. They're in the spiritual realm. They're just in a different place. So it's kind of easier if we give them light and energy here. It kind of illuminates something for the ancestors back there to find the missing ones that belong to them, you know. And sometimes it just takes a little bit of effort. Um, and they find them because the times that I've had to do it, it's absolutely worked. And it didn't take a long time either. I don't even think it took 30 days. But we were consistent. And there was a lot of family members at the time aiding in on that. You know, the more people that aid in on those types of prayers and those types of energies being sent towards one person, it's like a Voltron. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's charging in to make one big jolt of energy for that party. So it's like a rush, you know? That's the best way I can explain it. Mm. Did I get everybody's question? If I missed something, please let me know. I do know a good Babalawo in New York. You have to hit me on Instagram after this and ask me, and I will refer you to him to have an Ifa divination. He's in New Jersey. And you have to remember, you said that the ancestors said get rid of something. You have to remember that when you have an initiation, a crowning, an Orisha initiation, whether you get rid of it or not, that doesn't get rid of anything except for the physical talismans, the physical aspects of what you've paid for. You still have to go through ceremonies when you die and all kinds of stuff to separate and to be laid to rest properly, else your spirit could roam very, very much unsettled if you don't do what you're supposed to do, if that initiation was done properly. Yeah, baby, I'm going to save the live. I got sick. Can I sing into a candle and light that for now? You do it when you feel better. Do it when you feel better, baby. They need you at 10, not at 2, giving up 1, and you got 1. Fill your cup, and then fill theirs. It's in the 9 to elevation. Had me working, and the downloads are crazy. Then there was one that was new, and they said they didn't want me to elevate them, which I understood, so I proceeded. You gonna get this elevation, or you gonna get out? Word. Like, you're not gonna tell me what I'm gonna do. I'm telling you, you gonna elevate or you're gonna get out. Those are your choices. That's it. There's no third option. You're gonna elevate or you're gonna get out. Period. This is my house. I'm alive. I'm the one with the life source. You don't have none. So if you don't want to elevate, then you don't want to come here on this earthly plane, not over here through my doorway. Slam shut. Bye. Grandma, keep her out. I don't know anybody, people that do divination in Atlanta. I don't know anybody in Atlanta. Hey, auntie, do I need to do an ancestor veneration for one of my ancestors who had a speech impediment and passed it down? Are you serious? What? How do you pass down a speech impediment? I have questions. Like, I didn't mean to laugh. I thought it was a joke. You see me joking back and forth here, so I apologize, and I did not mean any disrespect. But what causes a speech impediment? I need research, medical research. Like, what causes a speech impediment? Ifa divinations can be done from someone in a different country on a video call, correct? Yeah, if they're speaking English, yeah, they can be done that way. Would that be the same process of elevation for an ancestor who was sexually abusive towards other family members and ancestors? At the church, if you choose to do that, if it's safe for you to do that, if the other ancestors that are already in light said that that particular spirit needs to be elevated at this time for you to do that, I wouldn't do anything for someone who was active in that kind of way if I have children in my home. I tell you that much. The rest of the ancestors have got to tell me that that spirit has changed, evolved, and elevated for me to do anything in my house, add them to my altar, add their names, add their photographs, add anything if I know that that was the type of sickness that they had and I have children in my home. The rest of the ancestors have to tell me specifically that this nigga's good now. Speech therapy. Yes, he had trauma which caused it, and it was passed down to my father, had it as well. So there was trauma. Did you undergo that same type of trauma where you have that same impediment? Listen, I would say that all of the ancestors need elevation at some point or other. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are already elevated where it doesn't take a lot, but you venerating them is what elevates them. You elevating elevates them. You living better elevates them. You doing better elevates them. You putting better energy into the universe elevates them. You making changes to your life that shifts the outcome of what your children's children will have elevates them. You're changing the trajectory of your family line. That elevates them. So y'all thinking about things on a grand scale when you have to think about what is my energy given to the world, right? Do you think that I may, so say I don't do a bunch of candle services and a bunch of this and a bunch of this and a bunch of that, but I do ancestral veneration, ancestral divinations. So I talk to ancestors all day, every day, almost. You know what I'm saying? Multiple times a week, I'm sitting there talking to somebody else's ancestors, right? But I always call my ancestors in first. So not only am I talking to my ancestors, I'm talking to theirs. That elevates them. Why? I'm putting them to work. They're telling me stuff. They're giving memory. They're active. They're working. They're pulling on the energy of the other spirits to get the information to me. They're translating. They're transferring energy. They're downloading information. They're showing me stuff. They're working in that moment. We are a working machine. Anything that keeps moving, that keeps working, work. If the battery in your car sits, the car don't move. You got to drive the car every day for the battery to move, for it to have momentum, for it to keep going. That's kind of the same concept. I would just say that all of the ancestors require some form of a divination, elevation. And as long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, unless somebody says that they need extra, then you should be okay. But if they need extra, they normally will tell you that. And you ask them. If you don't have someone that you can commune with, go talk to your ancestors. Y'all have to get into the habit of going and sit in front of your altars or whoever altar it is that you got the question for and ask them. Ancestors, listen, I'm finna go to bed. Anybody in here needs any extra elevation, please show me in my sleep. Give me a face, give me a name, give me a nickname, give me something so that I know who and what it is, and then go to bed. Now, if you meditate the way that you're supposed to be meditating, that dream's going to come through a little bit clearer than others, right? It's a whole study. Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. With Reiki and massage may help as well. Your throat has muscles, and learning to use your tongue, it's a whole study. Wow. Yeah, baby. But even with you, because you are a female, so I would still double check before I did anything in my house for homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta tell me yes. Tell me it's in my best interest. Tell me that it's safe, and tell me that he's elevated, period. If you ain't telling me yes to all three of those things, this is at the church. He shall get his elevation, and leave him over there with the Catholics, and then come home. Light it, read it, pray, because them Catholic church masses be 25 minutes max. You in and out of there. Every Catholic church. There ain't no Catholic church I've been in that have service more than 30 minutes. In New York, they charge $15 for a mass, and That's it. Word. You're very welcome, baby. Um, I'm doing this. The reason, my anybody, listen, I forgot. I've been saying running my mouth. I got a class coming up January 11th, 2025, Saturday. It's gonna be here in Westchester County. Listen, my class is gonna be dope. My class is gonna tell y'all how to if they how to apply pressure. Work up. I'm gonna teach y'all how to fight back spiritually. You know what I'm saying? This is not something that you just gonna be doing to be doing. These are things that I'm giving you that you will be taking to your ancestors and your specific spirit guides and say, who want to do what? What do you need me to do? She gave me all of the things that I have, all of the things that I need. These are all of the tools that I got. These are all of the prayers that I got. This is all the information that I got. She gave me everything to put all of this spiritual working together. Now, who wants it? You know what I'm saying? Um, yes. I'm going to be teaching it all. You getting all of the information. Like I sat here and my sister, she looked through my stuff. She was like, I knew you was gonna have the Eye of Newt. I knew you was gonna have something like the Eye of Newt in this box. I was like, bitch, I got so many eyes of Newts in this box. Not the literal eye of Newt, but baby, I got little jars and all kinds of little shit. Y'all gonna be like, what is she giving us now? I swear to God. I put some, I asked my sister, I said, yo, you ever heard of this? She was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, look. She was like, oh my God, where you get that from? So listen, if you're flying, you gotta let me know because some of this stuff can't go back on the airplane. And we're gonna have to figure out how to have it shipped. So be prepared to ship some of this stuff back home if you're flying. If you're not flying, you're good. All this stuff can't go on the airplane. You don't want to go through customs with some of this stuff. Is all I'm saying. And then the liquids you can't go on the airport in the airplane with unless you're checking your bag. So just be ready. Listen. I'm so excited. This first class is going to get more stuff than the rest of the people because I done lost my mind. They don't, or Spirit usually don't tell you stop buying shit. They told me stop buying shit. And I was like, okay, but I just needed this one last thing that I saw. And they was like, get that last thing and don't you buy nothing else. I got a stack of shit, yo. I got to bring a cart to bring the people's stuff in. Listen. Y'all coming out of here strapped. I'm gonna do some videos just to show y'all little clips and stuff of what the people is going home with, just so that y'all know y'all fucked up if y'all missed this one, because this first class is getting the shit. Just because I was excited. Okay, God, thank you. Are my ancestors trying to warn me about something or people around me? What do you mean? What was the dream? How can I cut emotional, spiritual ties to toxic energy after leaving a relationship? 1 second. And I'm not excited to drive to New York for this class. I got to get going. But I'm going to be there trying to slow. Will you be doing the class online eventually? I don't know. I have to figure out how that goes because doing it online, it don't give you the same effect of you not getting the stuff, right? So the reason why I charged the way that I did and the way that I set it up was because I'm physically giving you everything that I'm teaching you about. You go home with each thing. You know what I'm saying? So for me to ship these things it'll be too much, you know? And I'm not doing that. So if I can figure out a way to find, because then you're going to have to look up the way to get the stuff yourself, you know? I don't know. I got to talk to Spirit and see what they tell me how to do that. But I'm going to do another class. It's going to be in the Bronx after this one. I'm not sure the time frame yet because I got Ochas coming up. All right, on time because my crew had me sitting on my hands now. I don't know why. They broke my plate when I see you. They broke my plate when I seen you in July. They rough with your shit. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't take everything back on the plane like that. What can I do to help? What can you do to help remember your dreams? You have to meditate. You have to wash your head. How often do you spiritually cleanse your head? How often do you spiritually cleanse your body? How often do you do guided meditation? How should we dress for the class? Very cool. No, whatever you want. Just don't wear black. Come comfortable. Very comfortable. This is very comfortable. Ain't no comfortable. You may want to cover your head. Are there new spiritual commissions that get named? Who decides? Girl, I done went through the commissions in the beginning of this video just for you, and you wasn't even here. When is the last day to sign up for the class? I am the last. There's no last day. First come, first serve. I'm doing first come, first serve. Someone asked me about breaking ties after toxic relationships. I need you to sit down and first of all, yoni steam, right? Get a pranic healing session to help remove any cords that you have. Your yoni steams, you should be doing those. Spiritual cleansing baths, you should be doing those. And then you need to sit down and write down everything that nigga did to you. Everything. Every bad thing, every horrible thing, every disgusting thing, everything that embarrassed you, all of those things. And I want you to read them and tell me how much of an emotional connection you have to that. And then I need you to tell me, why did you accept that? And I need you to write, why do you think that you deserve that? And then I want you to write what it is that you think that you deserve. And then I want you to write the way all the times that you know you should have left but you didn't leave, why you didn't leave. And then I want you to write, were you thinking about them or were you thinking about you? And then I want you to write what you want your future to look like. And then I want you to write, what do you want the type of mate that comes in your life next to be like? And I don't want any type of characteristics that are visual. I want character. I want respect. I want love. I want honesty. I want truth. I want a man that honors me. I want a man that respects me. I want a man that makes me feel like I matter. I want a man that can communicate. I want a man that doesn't have issues with his mother. I want a man that has good relationships with his children. I want a man that's good to himself. I want to, you know what I mean? All of that kind of stuff. And then when you decide all those things that you want in a man, are you that type of person? Because if you're not, now you got to start looking at the things that you're doing, right? Toxic, crazy relationships. There's got to be, you got to sit back and look, why did I sit in that shit for this long? The reality breaks those ties. Y'all think it always got to be something spiritual. It's called reality. Take a good hard look. Watch that movie that you played in. How many times was you curled up in the corner? How many times could you not eat because you were sick, wondering where he was at and what he was doing? Did he raise his hand to you? How many times was you scared of him? I want you to be honest. Don't sugarcoat shit because you're writing this to yourself. And every time you feel like, oh, I want to, ooh, I miss, go read that paper. Every time. Go read it. That's how you break that. Want more for yourself. Love yourself more. Know that was a moment and you got to write down the lessons that you learned from being in that for that long. Why? What was I thinking? It's called self-love. I have got to love me more than I love anybody else if I'm going to sit in some bullshit and allow them to drag me down a dark hill with them. I'll cut a rope so fast. You'll be sliding down that hill and wonder how I get to the top of that mountain. Bitch, I let you go. I don't like it down there. I'm not doing that with you. And then don't feel, if you feel guilt, why do you feel guilty? Is that narcissistic shit that you got trapped into in your mental to make you feel guilty about this, that, and the third when it wasn't really your fault and you ain't had no business still being here in the first place? I've stayed with somebody out of guilt before. I felt guilty and I didn't know it. You know what I'm saying? It was in the back of my subconscious, the guilt. When that shit came to the front, I was like, nigga. I had me fucked up. I had me all the way fucked up. There was nothing for me to feel guilty about. Everybody was fully aware of the situation. There was no reason for me to feel guilty other than the fact that somebody got a little bit of hurt for being in the situation because they was fucking with me. But you knew that you could be hurt fucking with me. So why should I feel guilty? You made a choice. I gave you, you have free will. You have full information to make the decision that you made. You made that decision and you got hurt. I felt guilty. That wasn't my place. I had to let go of that. Yeah. No, sir. This is about your life. Niggas, they out here cheating and sleeping around. Nobody's using protection no more. They got all kinds of monkey pox and all kinds of crazy wild style shit coming out of the ice. And y'all want to sit here talking about, oh, I'm going to be, not with me, you won't. No. I love me. I put a video up the other day talking about how much I love me some me. It's in my stories. I love me for some me. And I love me more than anybody else. And if y'all can't learn to love y'all, y'all are not going to make it. They are not going to make it. Oh, no. We're not doing that. Absolutely not. You give me you tell me what it is, and I'll tell you, what I'm willing to deal with. This is the thing. I hate people who are not completely honest with me. Don't be dishonest with me. If you can be honest with me, then, you give me the opportunity to make my own decisions. The moment you omit something, the moment you leave something out, when a situation has changed, to change the dynamics of the situation, and you don't tell me, you're taking my decision away from me. Therefore, I feel like you're I hate to use the word, but you're manipulating me, right? Omission of something that would have changed the outcome of the entire story is manipulation. You got me fucked up. Don't talk to me no more. You thought you could manipulate me. You thought you were smarter than me. You thought that you could tell me the parts of the story that you wanted to tell me so that I could be on your side. But that little piece that you left out would have absolutely got me off your side. You tried to manipulate me. Don't talk to me no more. Ever. People play too much, and they'll play as long as you let them. Cut they fucking ankles off. I was driving down the road, and there was a group of people in the road. I drove slowly, and they all started attacking the car. I reversed it, then I ended up on foot on the other side, and a girl was trying. Yeah, I can't stand a liar. Oh, you want to see me tweak out? I'll turn into Chucky. Because I'm so understanding with the truth. Like, I could take the truth all day. I just have, I'm not that type of person. I'm not judgy like that. You know what I'm saying? And if it ain't had nothing to do with me, I really don't be caring anyway. You know what I'm saying? If it don't affect me, if it don't affect my family, if it don't affect my life, I really don't be giving a fuck, right? So the fact that you felt that you needed to lie to me, that was about you. That wasn't really about me. So you don't even trust you. You are not to be in my circle. For what? That's the type of shit you do? No. You're not even comfortable in the decisions that you make that you need to tell a lie. That's fucked up. Not in my life, you can't be. We don't vibe like that around here. I'd rather you tell me, look, this is what happened, I fucked it up, I'd be like, all right, what we gotta do to fix it? You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna drag you for filth. Girl was trying to stab me. I ran onto another road, a spirit man running in the road, and his mascot running towards me, a yellow with a black face with multiple arms, African. I ran into the road to not get... What? Word, them dreams, I tell you everything. You just be like, God damn, is that the face? You just gonna show me the whole address, the license plate, everything? Like, God damn, they have put me in the room so I could see some shit. And I was like, get me out of here. I don't want to see this. They was like, you keep asking. We tired of you asking. We're gonna show you. I was sick. Sick to my stomach. Out. Sick to my stomach. Yep. I was like, yeah, we're going to turn that gift off real quick for a little while. We don't want to hit that green button for another, because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. But the truth was the truth. You know what I'm saying? You can't get no more sugar coated than that, baby. They was like, here. I was like, oh, okay. I faced the spirit man through a white banger. It didn't go off. And then he jumped into another one. Oh my God. Yeah, somebody trying to tell you something. That's a lot. That is a lot. That sounds like a straight up warning of a road that you finna take where there's nothing but danger and bullshit on that road and you need to be taking another direction. And you ain't got no guidance, no help, nobody standing around. I ain't hear nothing about nobody jumping up to help, nobody to push you out the way, nothing happened to get you out, nothing. Yeah, they trying to warn you or something. What in the hell is going on? What? Guns at your womb? We're trying to get my tarot cards back in stock by the new year. I'll let y'all know. I'll put a post up to let y'all know when I'm back. But them joints sold out. I told y'all they was gonna sell out. After they sold out, and everybody talking about, oh, they sold out your cards. You should have got them shits when they first went up. You should have got them shits. You fucked up. Get ready. She done pulled the cards out. Listen. Is mounting unsafe when you're alone? I always hear about mounting in the context. The one with the car accident was the first one that was thrown on the floor. You need to clean. Do you drive? If you drive, you need to clean your car spiritually. 1000% clean your car spiritually. You may want to also have something in your car for protection. Somebody trying to set you up to have a car accident, baby. Why they aiming at your womb? You trying to have another baby? Yeah. You trying to have another baby? I want you to be very careful of your womb right now. If you don't do yoni steams, I want you to try to get into the habit of doing some yoni steams. If you are sexually active, and it is a possibility, you know, because you're active, that you can become pregnant. Just be mindful if you're not trying to become, that you're using every precaution that you don't become pregnant. Are you in a relationship right now? Are you seeing somebody? My man got a vasectomy. I've been trying to get, listen, I've been looking for a man with a vasectomy for the longest. They keep refusing me. I'm like, look. When's the last time you cleaned that chain? Remember when you put those types of chains in your car, you got to charge them. So every 3 months, you should take at least rum from your mouth and spray it on it to keep the chain charged, the one in the car. You got to be very careful if you are listening to, be careful with the spiritual people that you play with. This one was false prophet, liar, fake news. You're a very pretty brown young lady, and you have to remember that people do things sometimes in order to pull you to them. It's not always a sexual reason. Sometimes it's a financial reason for them to sell be popular. You know what the social media game is doing right now. You got to be very careful with the information you take in. Let me just say that. You got to be very careful with the people that you're taking information from and how much you're doing, as far as they're concerned. Don't spread yourself too thin doing a bunch of different things. Like, you can't be the jack of all trades and the master of none. You have to master some of this. And you need to, light workers, people that work in light, that come in spirit and truth, you have to be very careful with the people that you are dealing with spiritually. um, be mindful of the men. Be more open to the elder women, as long as they're warm and have good relationships with their children. um, yeah, everything is for the money. Everything's for the money. Hi, baby. $15 for a hex remover. Yo, I had somebody tell me the other day that they had did some type of spiritual cleansing and the person wasn't even there. I was like, stop, get off my phone. They didn't do a cleansing. If you ain't physically there, you ain't physically getting clean. What are we talking about? If the energy was put on you, right? For me to get that energy off of you, I need to be where you are. I can't clean you through this screen. I can't clean you. Like, pranic healing is one thing. Spiritual, oh, you got somebody that did some works on you and you need to get this works off. I need to be where you are to physically take you something and some energy and some spirit to get this energy that this person has sent towards you, that has touched you, connected to you. I got to be there to take it off of you in person. Don't, outside of Reiki and pranic energy healing that deals with the chakras and the energy in your aura, that's one thing. These other spiritual people who talk about, oh, I could do this or I could, no, they can't. That's not how that works. And don't get caught up in the sending these people your money thinking that that's how that works, because that is not how that works. Okay? It's a lot of car accident, baby. Jealousy, as there's very much a lot of jealousy around you. I don't know whether it's the kid's father or the whoever you dealing with right now, but there's some jealousy around that situation, and you just need to be mindful about who you share your business with, how much information you're letting out there, and how much flaunting you're doing. Don't be arrogant, don't be flaunty, and just keep your eye on everybody. And don't tell your business to everybody. I come across, and it's not for you, but this is just in general, a lot of people that get into these spiritual systems, right, and start learning spirituality, and then gets very, there's somebody's jealous of the situation, period, and the progression of this situation. So just stay on top of your job, stay on top of your cleansings. Make sure that you are, I don't know if this man is willing to do spiritual cleansings and things of that nature, but you just want to make sure that you are taking every precaution and protecting yourself and cleaning yourself and making sure that you're not picking up nothing that he may be leaving with you. And that's why it's really good for you to do the yoni steams. Because you can do that once a month anyway, just for your own regular yoni health. But I like it. Are we done? What I want to know is, though, You should be getting this information from your guides, though. You should be getting this information from your spirits. When you have these dreams, you should be going to confirm. Is this dream talking about, is someone after me? Did someone do any type of spiritual works against me? Am I under a spiritual attack? Yes or no's. When you get those yes and no's, the next thing you should be asking, is it from a male or female? Is it a male? Yes or no? That's doing the spiritual works against me. They say no. Is it a female doing the spiritual works against me? Yes. Is it someone that's that is upset about my relationship with, say his name? You got to ask the questions. The spirit's gonna tell. If you ask the right questions, they gonna tell. Don't get scared to ask the questions, because I need to know what's what. My ex was not a fan of me preparing or wanting to get crowned. Then he wasn't for you. Okay, I really don't be telling people my business, and I know people see me about, and you can see the progression that I can't hide. Thank you. Where do we buy yoni steams? You make it yourself. There's a book on my page. In my highlights, I have books, right? There's the yoni herbs. There's a yoni book. It gives you all of the different herbs, so all of the different type of yoni steams that you're going to take, and you're going to go get them herbs, and you're going to make it yourself. I don't buy that kind of stuff from people. Not my coochie? No, sir. That's my business. You won't be messing with it. I will get my own herbs and my own coochie baths. Anything spiritual I can do for getting my kids back. Miss Princess, they got yoni steam business on Amazon. Okay, I was asking, maybe it wasn't the right ones. Yeah, no, you make it yourself. To get your kids back. That's something you gotta do with your ancestors. Do you deserve the kids back? Why were they taken from you in the first place? Are you ready to have the kids back? Do the kids want to come back? How old are the children? Have you petitioned the courts? What are your odds? All of the stuff. Did you fix up everything that caused the kids to be taken away? Is this something that would benefit the kids to be back with you, or are they a better place? Like, you got to sit there and ask all of the questions, and then you got to go sit over there and talk to your ancestors. That's something that requires a divination. I can't just tell you something easy for you to go and do to get your kids back. There's so many different facets to that story and that scenario that needs to be looked at before you get a yes or no. And if it's a yes, then these are the things that you have to do in order for those kids to come back, because you got to be prepared. Something happened that them kids were taken away in the first place. And all of those situations and that whole scenario got to be out of the way and fixed up and cleaned up on your part, so that you look squeaky clean, so that you can get them kids back. Is it that? Are we ready for that? You know what I'm saying? Spirituality can't do nothing for you if you ain't done the work to make sure that you can handle and maintain what it is that caused them kids to be taken care away from you in the first place. That's the honest to God's truth. Anybody that tell you differently is trying to take your money, and they lying. Out of nowhere, they always say they want to come home. The mom told me they were going out of town, then never came back. Oh, you're the father. Go to court. Did you go file in court? That's number one. You got to remember, when you ask for spiritual help, you have got to have exhausted the legal options, the laws of this land. The laws of this land say that the children, if there's a court order that says that you guys have shared custody, that she can't just take them kids and leave. That's kidnapping. Hello, loose. Come on, Alexis J. It's kidnapping. So the laws of this land say that you got to do that first. In spirituality, they tell you you always got to learn the laws of this land first. And then we're going to work with the laws of spirit, because we got to work with the laws of this land and then conjunct those with the laws of spirit to see how we can maneuver and manipulate this so they can get what we need to have done. Now, court is first. Have you filed? Well, let's see what's an established custody extended vacation technically. If you haven't, you need to go filing. You need to have some kind of custody arrangement on paper. She's going to have to show up for them custody dates. You know what I'm saying? And you better remember, if you ain't paying child support, that's next. Yeah, you got to establish your rights. You can't just let nobody run all over you and take your kids if you're trying to have a relationship with them. And then it's got to be consistent, because when you go to court, you can't be inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? Because once they put them dates and you don't follow through on them dates that you're supposed to have them kids, what was the point? What's the scenario? Yeah. Spirituality is not a bag of tricks. A year ago, I felt like I had cameras in my home and I would hear voices talking about what I was doing in my house. Is there a way I could have manifested negative energies that what I was told? You know how many negative energies walk around on this earth every day? Every day. Negative energies are on this plane as well as good energies are on this plane. If you are low vibrational and low frequency and depressed and any of that kind of stuff, you can invite negative energies in without even really understanding how much you're allowing through in your times of despair and grief. You can absolutely do that. And then aren't you the one who don't clean yourself? Right. And you don't clean yourself? You felt like you had cameras in your house. What'd you do? What was your first move? Your vibe attracts your tribe. Your vibration attracts the energies that come around you. That's human and spirit. What are you giving out? What good things do you do? What's your routine? What's your ritual? What's your discipline? How often do you talk to your ancestors? Do you have an ancestral shrine set up? Do you know who your ancestors are? Who do you lean on when you need help? Who do you lean on when you need lifting? Who do you lean into when you need someone to just kind of sit and talk about your problems with? I take that shit to my altars and talk to my spirits, and they give me good responses. This is what you should do. Go wash your ass. I get that all the time. Go wash your head. I get up. I'll pick up one herb. They be like, yep, now go get this herb. And I'll be like, okay, I go and get that herb. They be like, now while you in there, you going to see three more. Grab them. I'll be like, oh, okay. I'll shake the tree and the Ventador leaves will fall from my tree in the bucket. I'm like, I guess I'm supposed to be using this too. Hello? Go wash. It's Word. Go wash. I say it all the time. Your first move is always to go and spiritually clean your booty, your head, your body. We are taking away all the negative energies. I'm new to hearing spirit, so everything started my free from you and working on building. Okay, but in on my page got everything to clean yourself with. In my highlights got everything to clean yourself with. Head washes, spiritual baths, ancestral altars. How do you know your ancestors elevated? All stuff. It's all in my highlights. All it takes for you to sit down, read it, listen to it, write it down, put your order in, and get your herbs, and you good to go. That's your beginning. Cleaning out your house, changing your comforter, changing your sheets, not sleeping in a pitch black room, none of that kind of stuff. Going outside to get some air. Walking a little bit. It's cold now, so you ain't got to do a lot of that, but 5 minutes outside to get you some nice fresh air when you're feeling a kind of way. Go get to the store and buy yourself a bouquet of flowers. Don't forget your sweetening baths. I've been talking to lawyers to get on the case. They said I got 6 months to get legitimized. So again, you're not legitimate, but you want spirit to do something for you. That's not how that works. They told you what to do. You have to do that and then ask for spirit's help. Spirit ain't gonna help you if you ain't helping yourself. But if you found me a year ago after all of this, you should know how to wash your ass, because that's 90% of my videos. These tasks do become mundane after a while, but they're absolutely vital to your spiritual health and to your life. And to your life. All of that from my videos, okay? Starting when though? Because you talking about last year, you felt like you had people watching you. You've been starting to do the cleansings and you starting to do the stuff in the videos. What's the change? Come on, tell me. All right, so every month you clean yourself, right? Every day you're speaking to your ancestors. Every day you're praying to your ancestors, right? Now what? At what point do you get some form of divination to find out what I need to be doing for real, for real? Because y'all like to get tarot readings because that's just the one, two. Like, I give you a message and you go sit down and do whatever you want to do. But when you get that divination and they start giving you a sogbo, which is misfortune, and they tell you the type of misfortune that they giving you, and this is what you going to get. Hard life decisions is going to bring you hard life shit, right? Sickness, illness, death, all that kind of stuff. They'll tell you somebody going to fuck you up. All this shit, all these things are going to happen if you don't do this. So when you get that, people be like, oh, I don't want to get that because they're going to make me do what's right, do what's good for me. I'm going to be held accountable. I keep telling y'all that Christianity, y'all accountable then. Spirituality, you're accountable now. You come over here in these spiritual streets. You start asking spiritual questions. You start playing with these spirits. You are responsible for whatever we tell you to do. And I don't mean we as in the humans. I mean we as in spirit, to get your life and your shit together. Do it. If you want better, work, 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 work. They send me out for work, work, work 24/7. It never stops. I'm telling y'all. It never stops. Ever. I had so many things that I did not want to do this week that I ended up having to do this week, and it was just like, you see it, so you gotta do it now because you just looked at it. So why the fuck would you even attempt to? Wasn't that last? Why the fuck would you? I stopped what I was doing dead in my tracks, put everything down, and just went and got what I was doing to fix what the fuck they were telling me to do. Like, y'all wasn't playing for my day to sit there and do that. Hey, man, we go fuck about what you playing for your day, bitch. Do it now. You heard me. I was like, oh my god. It is what it is. Yeah, it's quiets your mind after you wash your head. It quiets the noise. It quiets everything so that you can kind of buffer, right? And then you get your own energy in there. And then you get the chance to change everything. You know what I'm saying? You get the chance to change your outlook, your energy. Like it's like you get a clean slate in that moment to spin that energy however it is that you want to spin it. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm starting from a clean slate, if I come out the gate running, I'm ahead of all these niggas. But if I take this clean slate and go and do the same shit that I did before I got clean, I ain't going nowhere. That's not the purpose of this at all whatsoever. So I need everybody to get on their P's and Q's. I need everybody to do what it is that they're supposed to do for them. I want everybody to think. I like stories where people save themselves. And I try to give y'all all of the information and all of the knowledge and all of the tools and all of the tips that you need to have in order to save yourselves. And if you follow it and you do the things that I tell y'all to do, I get so many confirmations from you guys in my DMs, and I'm so grateful when y'all do send to me like, listen, you told me to do X, Y, and Z, and I don't even know you. I just followed your page and I saw this and I started doing it, and I swear to God my shit is popping like da 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 da. And I just be like, thank you for receiving. You know what I'm saying? I do this so that y'all can have the ability to help save yourselves, and I just need y'all to do that. It takes discipline to keep it up, though. I think I only consistently wash my head for like a month. Don't be like me. Yeah, you can't do that. Everything is consistency. Every time you eat, you shit consistently. Every time you drink, you piss consistently. Every time you put gas in your car and you drive your car, there's no more gas in your car when you finish driving your car, so you got to put more gas in your car consistently. You got to pay your mortgage consistently. You got to pay your rent consistently. You got to buy food consistently. You got to wash your ass consistently. You got to pray to your ancestors consistently. You have to strive to be better consistently. You have to learn something new consistently. You have to look at another part of you every day, every week, every month consistently. I say this all the time. Everything in your body changes, from the length of your hair to your nails to your teeth to your weight to all of that kind of stuff over time. Do you think that nothing about you needs to change? Absolutely not. You have got to be willing to change you if you want the outcome of your life to be different, period. They're not all so peaceful. That's the facade. They be like, we gonna bring peace today, cause baby, listen, woo. My mother called my spirits well-dressed gangsters, thugs. She calls them. She calls them straight thugs, and I be cracking up when they gotta be. Other than that, they you think they fucking the sweetest things is pie. I be bullshit. I be like, that's bullshit. They be like, shut up, whatever. Uh, listen, that night goes, when she feel like it. Thank you for what you do. Seriously, I swear to God, I was going to give up on this. Please don't give up, because don't give up on yourself. I'll never give up on me. And they're not mean. They're just strict. They're just very much stoic, very strict, and very matter of fact, and very do what the fuck I say, and we're gonna be all right. If you do what they say, they ain't, mind a giggle every now and again, crack jokes, or say something smart about somebody. It'd be funny. It would be ha ha ha. But for the most part, they be serious. Like, girl, bye. Good night, my darling. I know they really go ham, but I heard that tone change. Like, she cool. Yeah, nah, she cool. She cool. I be trying. I be like, listen, y'all help me. I realized that after my initiation, I was very calm. I was very, very, like, you would think Shango on your head, oh, you're going to be, that shit calmed me down like nobody's business, to the point my family used to, like, wait for me to pop, and I'd just be sitting there like, girl, bye. They'd be like, oh, shit. Like, girl, I don't care about a lot of stuff at all. I just be like, girl, bye. I'm grateful I found you. My practice has changed a lot, but the stickiness is top 10, and I appreciate it. You're very welcome. Yeah, it's that relationship that you got to build with them, because they not all work 24/7. I tell you all the time, when I be watching TV, they be in here kikiing about what I'm watching, because I love a spiritual something with spooky shit that I be watching on TV, and they be tight because the shit that we be watching in here, they be like, this is some bullshit. That's not how that works. And I be like, well, how it works? They be like, this is how you supposed to do it. And that's like, I get my pen and start writing shit down. I get tips and tools from spirit from just simply watching TV. I swear to God. I swear to God. I'll be watching something, and then there'll be a witchy show on, and they'll start talking about, and then it'll be weird white witchy shit, right? But they be coming with plants and herbs and all kinds of stuff, and you use this for them. They be like, write that down real quick. And I just hear, write that down, and I'd be like, oh shit, let me write this down real quick. And then I'll go on research, and then goddamn it, if the shit ain't good to use for something else. All the time. All the time. Sitting there and talking to your people on some regular, like, you don't really want nothing, you just want to know a couple, like, what would you use for X, Y, and Z? It don't always have to be at a time where it's something going on that you go over and sit there and have a conversation with them. I go over there and bullshit with them, be like, what happened while I was asleep? I light some cigarettes, I put their coffee down, I get my coffee, I sit here with my cigar, and I be like, what happened while I was asleep? And then I got a lady who has particular cards. You know what I'm saying? If I don't hear no chit chat, I'll start pulling cards and see what they talking about. They start snitching on some regular. Like, I'm not sitting here doing no full read or no full nothing. I'm trying to holler at y'all to see what's really cracking over here. I do that all the time. Get in the habit of doing that. And sometimes they just be like, get out of here. And I be like, I see you later. Whatever. I'm currently watching Discovery of Witches to wait for the show. That was one of the movies. That was one of the movies. I kid you not. I kid you not. Yep. I be sitting there watching all them little witchy shits and sitting here thinking, because all of these movies, they came, that knowledge, that information, that what they write, some of it came from somewhere. And I be wanting to know, where y'all get this from? And then I try to associate it with some things that we do spiritually to see if it makes sense. And when it starts clicking, if that shit is very much similar to what we do, that's when I start paying attention, like, where y'all going with this? Not that I'm learning nothing from them, but they balance out and start telling me, like, that ain't how you do that. This is how you do that. Straight up telling me. Straight up. And I be like taking notes. Okay. All right. Why? I meditate at least 5 times a week. I wash spiritually every month. I wash more than the usual because I read and I divine and I do a lot of stuff spiritually when I'm around people and all that other kind of stuff. So I keep myself clean all the time. So I'm constantly cleaning. Like, even with my Ocha, with my Orisha, for those that got Ocha, how often do you go sit in front of your Ocha? I sit over there. I get a stool. I take the top off Shango. or I'll go find something, a story or something about his life, one of those patakis, a nice thick one, and I go sit over there. I'll pop shit with him, and then I start reading about his life. And then I ask him, Baba, you did that shit? I'll be like, you was tripping, huh? He'd be like, yeah, you know. That was then. I'll be like, oh, okay. He'd be like, don't be like me in that one. I'll be like, oh, shit. These are the conversations I be having. Real regular. It ain't no Namyo Renge Kyo, no, oh, Baba. I am reading a story. I've done your prayers. I've hollered at you. I've done what you asked me to do. Now I'm going to sit here and read this, sit in front of you, take your top off you, feel your energy, and ask you why you was in here doing this bullshit in this lifetime. What happened? I swear to God. Ha! I had a question I had asked him, and I knew the answer to the question. And you know what he told me? Don't come over here and ask me stupid shit that you know the answer to. I was like, ooh, bye, Baba. Peace out. I just wanted to know if you had a difference. He was like, you already know the answer to this question. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. I be having fun. People be like, I don't know, they don't want to be in their house. They can't do this. They don't. When I shuffle cards and nothing comes out within 15 seconds, that means they don't want to talk. No, that is not necessarily that means that. Did you ask them to throw the cards at me? Because sometimes I be telling them, just throw the cards at me. I ain't got time for this. And they start throwing the cards at me. Sometimes they want you to do a cut. You know what I'm saying? You should don't think like that. But I'm gonna get full of concerts. I'll just sit and sing for an hour. Yeah, listen. Get in here and get this. Give me the doo-wop. I need background. Give me something. I'll be in here acting a fucking fool. And it don't matter because it's all energy. All of it. Energy. And they take it. Because I'm in their face, paying them attention. And when I'm not, they like, hey, get over here. And I come sit my stupid ass down. And I give it up. Straight up give it up. Yo, what is with grandmas? And you know, I didn't find out my grandmother's real name till I was like 40. I was like, Grandma, I know you for 40 years. What do you mean that that's not your name? Go give me your paperwork now. I need to see your fucking birth certificate. This is ludicrous. I don't know what it is about grandmothers. Oh my God. Like, who are you for real? No, God, on God's honest truth. I just got Olokun. I read about that key about her not liking people. I sit and be like, I understand how you feel. I never heard of her not liking people. I know that she had a problem when God decided that he was going to make land on earth for people and didn't tell her and going to start just covering up her waters with solid mass. Well, the was like, I'll flood this shit. You tripping. Ain't nobody asked me shit. Fuck your humans. Like, how dare you? It was a fight and it was a struggle. You know what I'm saying? Olokun like me. I don't know about nobody else. I know that my Olokun and me, we good. Listen, they do my orchestra. Listen, they do. Okay, who's on drums? Oh, I'm talking, but I just reminded about them having bells in my car. What? I don't have bells in my car. I'm people put all kinds of shit in their car. I got crystals in my car. People put coconuts in their car to sop up the energy in the car and change them from time to time. You know, when the coconut dries up, they throw it out, get a new one. People have a tendency to tell you guys when y'all doing stuff like that to crack it open. And don't crack that shit open. Remember, when we use coconuts to clean, it's encased, right? We're using it to suck in, to draw in the negative energy, to encase it, to close it in, right? If I'm rolling it around my house, I'm using it to absorb the negativity inside the coconut, right? If I'm using it to clean my house, I'm using it to absorb the negative energy inside the coconut. When I crack it, I am releasing it. Why? Just throw the shit in the garbage outside of your house. It sounds exclusive when you crack it. fuck is you cracking it for? The same thing with eggs. I say it all the time. What you open it for and investigating it for? Make an omelet? No. Throw that shit out. You have no reason to look inside of it. You have to remember, if you're using, you might as well use bread, right? People have used bread to clean themselves with. Why? If you put bread in water, it sucks the water up, right? So you use the same concept that you use it for energy. I know people that take a fucking white piece of bread and clean themselves with the bread and then throw the bread away. I named my character in Black Panther 2, not completely the same, but it has the European colonized type copy my homework, but don't make it look exactly like mine type vibe. Listen, you already know. You already know. They steal all of that shit from African tradition. They research, they look it up, and then they make a movie about it and change the name and make it do what it do with what you got. You motherfucking right. We clean with all kinds of shit. Mouse traps in front of your legua. Y'all ain't never cleaned in front of your legua with mouse traps? Mice of his. You take a mouse trap, set it, clean yourself, throw it in the bag, pop, let it cut. Drop it. Let them snatch whatever's on you. 3 mouse traps. Ask them. The gang of things to clean yourself with. People think, oh, it always got to be a bird. 90% of the time we doing something with Arisha, they tell you clean yourself with all kinds of shit. You got to know who you're dealing with. Got to know who you're dealing with. Can we play something other than gospel music for the ancestors, some jazz or something decent? I play reggae music for my ancestors. I got an uncle who is straight up in the reggae music, and I go put that reggae music on, and he get that bopping in that kitchen. I play whatever they like. Whatever they liked. If I know what they liked in life, oh, you gonna get it cracking in here. They had me in here one day playing some jukebox music from 1910s. Come back in the kitchen and 2 old people's in the kitchen doing old school dances. I was like, oh shit, that's your banger? That shit is whack. It was like, it's not for you. I was like, that's why I'm leaving y'all in here with it. I left them right in there with the music playing and went in another room. They ain't need me in there for that. At all. At all. I was like, that shit is whack. I was like, get out. I stay getting thrown out of different rooms in my own house. I'm the one paying the goddamn mortgage. They don't give a shit. Whatever they like. Rap, hip hop, secular music, Christian music, gospel music, African music, drum music, beat, well, it don't matter. Whatever they like. First of all, if it's happy, good, joyous, something you could dance to, something you could bop to, all that kind of, everything don't gotta be all crying and Baptist and take me to the king. No, I'm not ready to see the king. Don't take me there. I'm not ready to see him. But I do know how to pop, lock, and drop it. Who used to like that song? Come on, y'all, let's do the pop, lock, and drop it. I'm not playing. I have ancestors that died young. That was in the rap and Biggie and all of that. You think I'm not going in there to put on the 10 crack commandments? One. Like, stop. He be in here bopping. Whatever they liked. Whatever I'm feeling in the moment. Music is music. That's right. Music is a vibration. But people are Southern and West Indian. We're going to shake some tail over here. Okay? Just nothing disrespectful. You know? The ancestors dropped eye on the sparrow in my spirit this morning. It be like that. Got you in there crying and snotting for no reason. Like, okay. Who's close? Grandma. All right. They'll listen to what you listen to if it elevates you. Right. My cousin Robert loves Young Dolph, but he died in 2001. Hit a low. If you listen, as long as he's elevated and you want to call his energy forth and you want to just talk to him for a second about some other shit that's going on, put on that Young Dolph. He's going to come forward. I'll have me put on a slip on, man, and them white gloves. Listen. It be what it be. Then they start giving song requests for real. And Mari should do the same thing. Because I'll go in the kitchen and forget what I went in there for, and I'll start to hear that music playing in my head. And I'll be like, oh shit, I was supposed to go over there. And that also means when you come over here, do your prayers, but I want some music too. Because we should be wanting some music sometimes too, because it gives them a little bit more energy too. You know what I'm saying? That's why we do drummings and all kinds of stuff to them. It gives them energy, you know? So I'll play music for my Arisha too. Find their songs on YouTube, because they all got a song, and put it on there and learn the words and sing it to them. And a lot of times I've had where in ceremonies, especially in Palo, person, they did some wild shit and they gotta do an ebo and they gotta buy birds and they gotta do all that shit, and my Palo be like, Tell her to come sing us a song. And they be like, that's it? All she gotta do is go over there and sing a song. I'm like, yeah, because I don't be tripping with my life. And I don't be out here doing a bunch of dumb shit. And I be in their face every fucking morning. I'm in their face. You know what I'm saying? Every week I'm sitting over there fucking banging on shit, kicking on shit, clicking on shit, knocking on shit, talking to them, pouring stuff, spitting stuff, all kinds of stuff. So when it comes down to it, I'm giving up that energy so consistently that they just want you just come over here and sing me a song. I'll be like, thank you. Because I'm a singer, they are always telling me songs to learn and sing for them. I'm really a saint in my heart's needed a prayer warrior. Yeah, you gotta learn them songs. You gotta learn them songs, baby. That's energy. We always start off our ceremonies and stuff when we after we feed the ancestors and do stuff for the ancestors, they get songs. And then we gotta throw in to confirm that they are pleased with the renditions that we have given them. Because sometimes they be like, no, we're not pleased. That one in that corner over there wasn't singing, and we would like them to sing us a particular song by themselves. The rest of y'all shut up. We be like, ooh, it's your turn. Word. Give up that raw energy. They want it. Lion Ganga is quick to tell me to play the music. Yeah! Recently it's been present day Nigerian Congo music gets me moving, so I know they move. That's right. Them drums is everything. That was a language. I'm glad you said that because I felt like they wanted me to get a tambourine last night. Yo, I got one over there by my ancestors. I sure do. I sure do. They said that's our star student. Listen. Word. Y'all have to stop simplicity, right? Spirit is very simplistic. Girl, a good tambourine. No, they be like, you missed a note, start over. My people don't do that because they know that they're not getting that from these vocals. They know that they're going to get what I give them, and they just happy to get it because they've heard me. And I don't have that voice. I got a shoobop background singer voice, and I am okay with that. When they make me do a lead, they know that they're going to get what they get. I'm going to give them this energy. I'm going to sing it from my soul, and I'm going to bring the energy with it. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, they let me do that. But asking me to repeat a tune, they know not to do that. They be like, ooh, girl, shut that down. You sound crazy. But no, seriously, mine are not judgy like that because we're not singers. My sister's a singer, my mother's a singer, my grandmother's a singer. The rest of us, they take what they get. They know what they got. They heard us before. We their kids. They like, my baby tried. I be like, I did. It's from the heart. They accept it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am shutting her down. I hope that I answer all of the questions. I came to give y'all a little bit energy this for this holiday season. Listen, I don't celebrate this shit, but if y'all do, be mindful to just not get caught up in your family issues. Don't go out here spending all of y'all money that y'all don't got for buying love. If they can't accept that you ain't got it, then you don't need to be there, and understand that this is about time to be with your family and love on one another. You understand? So don't get no seasonal depression if you are not with nobody or anything like that. Because, listen, you love you and that's all you need. I thank you all for joining me. Everybody that's coming in for the class, January 11th, 2025, live here in Westchester County. Y'all come on and sign up for it. All of the information is in my highlights on my Instagram. I thank you all. You guys be blessed. Good night.